Next presentation, Mr. Cho, would you please?
Thank you. My name is Hyun. I work for HelpAge Korea. I will present under the title of HelpAge Korea and the human rights of older people in Korea. I will introduce briefly the reason why we are talking about older people's issue from the perspective of human rights perspective in Korea. As Dr. Lee said, Korea is a super-aged society. Older people aged 65 or older account for 19% of the total. Life expectancy is 83.5 years. On the other hand, total fertility rate is 0.72. The Korean government has established a welfare system within laws and policies to respond to problems arising from the aging population structure. There's the Elderly Welfare Act and pension policy, livelihood support policy, health insurance, long-term care insurance, and employment policy are in place. And also the government supports organizations that provide welfare services such as long-term care, leisure activities, and education for older people. The number of centers exceeded 15,000 across the country. Although the government has a welfare system for older people, the following statistics show that the problems facing older people are still very serious. High levels of relative poverty, 39% of total older people population. High level of employment, working for a living, 42%. Increasing proportion of older people living alone at risk of isolation, 21%. High suicide rate among older people, 3,500 persons per year. And 80% of population, it is estimated that the 80% of population have negative prejudice against older people. We are considering that these statistics more seriously because problems becoming more serious due to rapid aging. Statistics show that there is still a gap between current welfare system and reality. One of the factors causing this gap can be seen as discrimination based on age rather than gender, disability, or race or religion. Age discrimination refers to treating people differently because of their age. This is having a negative impact on social systems, such as laws and policies to respond to issues of older people. Therefore, age discrimination factors included in individual perceptions and social systems must be eliminated. These are important activities of a right-based approach to protect the rights of older people. In order to respond to the issue of older people, the current system has been institutionalized as service-oriented and welfare-based. Now, we believe that this approach alone has its limitations. This is why a right-based approach is needed to protect the rights of older people from negative factors such as age discrimination. In Korea, a right-based approach to responding to the issues, older people's issue is currently very new. Therefore, the number of stakeholders is small and the scope of activities of them is still at the initial level. Korean government is making attempt to protect the rights of older people in its guideline, although it is in its early stages. And National Human Rights Commission of Korea, as Dr. Lee said, Dr. Lee is a position in charge of rights of older people. That position is assigned to the Social and Human Rights Department within NHRCK. And they deliver recommendation to the relevant government who violate the rights of people, older people, including older people. And we have ASEM Global Aging Center. It has a mission as a hub of ASEM member countries to contribute to the protecting and promoting the rights of older people. And we also, in Korea, there is a Korea Elder Abuse Protection Agency. This is a government-supported organization, and it has about 33 centers across the country, and it is mainly promoting projects to prevent elder abuse. And older people's organizations, the largest organization is Korean Senior Citizens Organization, which works for the benefit of their members, but protecting the rights of vulnerable older people is not the main activity. And there are small organizations, but the number is very small and their activities are very limited. Now let me introduce HelpAge Korea. HelpAge Korea is a charity organization that supports low-income older people in Korea and low-income countries. Let me introduce our activities, which is related to the right-based approach. At the community level, At the community level, we aim to work with older people to empower them so that they can act as citizens rather than beneficiaries to achieve change at the community level. It is a change in the attitude and behavior of older people themselves and people who have negative perception and discrimination against older people. At the social system level, we have a limited capacity to act directly to achieve system-level changes. Therefore, we are working indirectly by cooperating with activities of other organizations such as HelpAge International, NHLCK, and AJC, etc. And at the community level, we are supporting the activities of older people. We have been supporting self-help groups of low-income older people in 14 locations with 10 local partners. We support self-help groups to help isolated and low-income older people build their social connections. And we are trying to strengthen their capacity and support them to participate and share in their communities as citizens rather than welfare recipients. And we're also supporting older people to participate in the campaign, such as HelpAge International's Age Demand Action Campaign every year. The main contents in this campaign were age discrimination, UN Convention for older people, and intergenerational solidarity. During the campaign, older people who are members of a self-help group collect signatures or collect surveys from people in their communities in each province. And they try to provide information directly to people in their community. And we have had Age Talk to promote and discuss older people's issue. Main topic was UN Convention and Global Age Watch Index before. And this is a beautiful age campaign. This is a campaign that highlights the positive aspect of low-income older people in response to people's negative prejudice. This includes taking profile pictures of older people in the community and promote their positive image through SNS. At the social system level, we are trying to cooperate with the various stakeholders NHK and AJC to achieve changes at the system level. We provide information on an aging issue, information on civil society activities in Asia, and provide a local older people's issue at the local level, and sharing reports and information provided by HelpAge International. And we also participate in the discussion process, attending the meetings, and provide advice and present our opinions from the perspective of field workers of HelpAge International and as a member of a steering committee of AJC, like that. And we try to deliver the voice of older people. As Dr. Lee said that there is a forum for the older people's rights. I attended the forum, and I've been presenting some topics including housing rights, age discrimination, social isolation, and loneliness. In cooperation with the HelpAge International, actually we've got a lot of information from HelpAge International, especially for our activities in Korea to support the UN Convention for Older People. And we participate. We are participating in campaigns, ADA campaigns conducted by HelpAge International, and also we are participating in the project carried by HelpAge International. We promoted the Global Age Watch Index, participated in the production of Korean section of the Advancing Equality for Older People report, and participated in the production of a video of Voice of Older People. Now let me introduce one of the HelpAge International project. HelpAge International is a global non-profit organization supporting older people all over the world, and they think that older people face prejudice and discrimination because of their age. Sorry. Because of their age. HelpAge believes this means they are often at risk of violence, denied access to service, and poverty. This is because existing national laws and the international human rights system fail to address this discrimination and protect the rights of older people. So HelpAge International works at the national and international level, working with the civil society and partner organization. This is a country-level project. The title is Advancing Equality and Legal Empowerment for Older People in Kenya and Tanzania. The purpose of this project is to protect the rights of older people and advocate for the elimination of all forms of age discrimination in laws and policies and practices in national and community level. So to this end, HelpAge International is now supporting empowering civil society, older people's association, and older people themselves, and other relevant stakeholders, starting from September last year until December this year. Key specific objectives include developing national ageism and advocacy strategies, advocating for national legislation, strengthening the capacity of older people to claim their legal rights, and hosting global webinar events. Now, the challenges and recommendations. In Korea, responding to a problem arising from the rapid aging is an urgent task. So far, Korean society has responded with a welfare-based approach, but a right-based approach should also be promoted in the future. To this end, it is necessary to achieve change at the community level through various interventions. It is a change in attitude, behavior, and perceptions of older people and people in the community towards age discrimination. And there is a need for change in our social system to protect the rights of older people by eliminating age discrimination factors included in laws and policies. There is a growing need for the participation and intervention of various stakeholders in society. Government. Korean government is in its very early stage in responding to the issue of older people with a rights-based approach. If there were a UN convention for older people, government would have a strong obligation to change social systems. However, the Korean government has not yet expressed in its position on this UN convention. And NHK and AJC, it's a positive environment in Korea that organizations such as NHK and AJC are actively intervening for the rights of older people. However, these organizations also need more budget, manpower, and network to work together. And CSOs, HelpAge Korea is working with older people to work with them as citizens rather than beneficiaries, and to change negative perceptions and discrimination against older people at the community level. The activities of CSO like us must continue steadily and spread widely. And organizations that provide welfare services, such as care, leisure, and education, are the main players supporting older people. They need to reflect more of a right-based approach in the process of providing services. There are CSOs who work to achieve changes in social system by influencing government and politicians to protect rights. However, they rarely work on rights issue for older people. There is a need to share with them the various rights issues facing older people and encourage their participation. And older people, it is known that the participation of older people themselves is key elements of a right-based approach. However, the largest older people organizations have a limitation in its roles, and smaller organizations have their weak capacity. Support is needed so that older people can be aware of the right issue and take action for them. Our society is already well aware of the need of change, but action is very slow. I think it is because people's negative perception as discrimination against older people. It will take a lot of time for this perception and discrimination to change. This is because it's deeply rooted in our personal and social norm. Nevertheless, I think we must do something now. Thank you.
Presentation, and next speaker is